I am about to lose my fingers. But it's so tranquil out here. It's inspiring. Okay. Today we're going to talk about doing what works. Doing what works. There's a difference between doing what you want and doing what works. There's somebody I used to know. They'd wake up early in the morning. They would edit videos. By 1 o'clock in the afternoon, they wake up, start working about 9-10 o'clock. By 1 o'clock in the afternoon, close the laptop. Now they're like, oh, my day is finished. And I saw this weeks going by. They're doing the same thing. And I was like, what are you doing? And they were like, oh, I finished working. I said, okay. I said, what's the point of working? They looked at me. I said, you're supposed to be yielding something for this. And if what you're doing is not yielding what it is supposed to be yielding for you, then it's just a practice in vanity. It wasn't a passion project. It was money oriented, but it wasn't no money coming. And it wasn't that the money wasn't coming because, oh, it's just a matter of time before the money come in. But it was that the money wasn't coming because there was no structure for the money to come in. It was just a thing of like, I'm doing this so that I could say I do this, but there was no result. And I said, what you're doing isn't working. They were like, yes, it is. I said, how? How are you measuring this? They ain't had no answer for me. Even I have fallen into this many times, too many times to count, where I'll start doing something, I'll develop a love and appreciation for it, and it might be within the realms of my business, but the other elements that need to be looked after, I'm not doing it. So it looks like the thing isn't working, but I'm not doing what needs to be done to make it work. Doing what you want and doing what works can sometimes be two completely different things. And now I'm at a stage where I used to love, back in the day, I used to thrive on chaos. Like, my youngins will tell you, I used to have a long list of things to do, like 15, 20, 25 things per day. I would pride myself on getting everything done. And I'm talking about just a few short years ago. And looking back now, I was more productive, but only a quarter of the time, because the other 3/4 was spent completely wasted on things that didn't have no type of gain or anything. And I really was not prioritizing what was important. And I wasn't doing what worked. I only did what worked sometimes, not all the time, or, with any real efficacy. Once you realize what works, you have to put your ego aside, you have to put your pride aside, and just do it. Just do it. It's hard waking up early. It's hard making time to read. It's hard making time to write. It's hard. It's all hard. But if it works, you have to find the value. Maybe you need to sit down with paper. This is something that I do all the time to quiet my brain because it's always running 7,000 miles an hour. If I figured out that something works, I sit there and I write down all the reasons why I should go in that direction. Because it works. But sometimes that's not enough for me. And my brain is jumping all over the place. And I have to rein it back in. But the older I get, I see the value in doing what works now. Just don't even waste the time around a particular thing. Just get it done and do what works.